Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm kind of excited to do this. So I wanted to do like 4 looks, 4 palettes, or maybe 3 looks, 3 palettes. I don't know what I called this by the time you're seeing it, but I guess we'll figure it out. I know for sure I want to do, today we're going to Target. So I wanted to create a look on camera for you using the new I Need a Warm palette from Natasha Denona. I have, maybe I'll do like the Too Faced palette. I have the revamped version of the Nocturnal palette. Like, I don't know. And I have another palette that hasn't been revealed. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but today I do know that we're going to play with the Natasha Denona palette. Let me go ahead and show you some swatches, close-ups, all of the things. I try to really capture this palette in different lights. I try to do low light, regular light, natural light, underneath the sun. So I just wanted you to really see a true representation of the colors, because online I felt like it looked a little cool tone, but in person it looked neutral leaning warm. So I just wanted to really capture the true tone of this palette so you could kind of see for yourself that yes, it's warm, but it's not too orangey, if that makes sense. And honestly, there are some repetition within the shades, but truly the multi-chrome really does make it, for, in my opinion at least. I have used this palette several times and the formulation is really beautiful, but with that being said, I can definitely see why a lot of people don't want this, but I have a very unpopular opinion. I adore this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and find some brushes and let's start a look. I wanted to first show you that the lightest shade in the palette, Mellow, it may look like it's my skin tone, but it's actually not. So I wanted to show you in case you have a warmer skin tone and you're always looking for like that bone color for you. This one may work because it's more peachy on me, but on someone with a warm complexion, obviously this would be like your perfect, like a neutrally shade. My eyes keep creasing. Okay, so I'm just gonna build this one up so you can see it's definitely like a peachy on me, and it's not too true to my skin tone, so I know that would be probably beneficial for someone who's just needing a skin tone color in their palette. Okay, I want to go into Flash Over. I'm pretty sure that this is like the newer formulation, not too sure. And I'm going to put that on the outer corner. It is very pretty, easy, so easy to blend. I like the texture. It's not like true like cream to powder. I don't know, it's really a magical little shade. I haven't looked up anything like which one's which, but I can definitely tell by playing with it. This one's a little bit of a different texture. Oh, well, my daughter woke up, so BRB. Okay, so we know why she woke up. My son dumped out his whole tote of trucks. My son loves him some trucks. Anything, cars, whatever. If it has wheels, he loves it. And he dumped out all of them because he was searching for one in particular. So this is going to be a quick look now. Okay, I've been dying to go into this shade right here. I want to have it everywhere, and we'll just see. It's very soft. It's really pretty. I've been wanting to kind of have this shade be the star of the show. I also like how you can make it more warmer, or you can kind of make it more natural. I'm going to mix the two and just kind of blend out some of the edges. And I will say one thing I've noticed with this palette is that it doesn't go really that deep. Even the shade right here, Peep, whatever, Pep, it really doesn't like build on itself and go really deep. So just keep that in mind, that it's kind of mid-tone in a way. It may be a little bit deeper on my skin complexion, but if you have a deeper skin tone and you want that depth, I don't know if you're gonna love like the depth that it gives you. Okay, there we go. I think we're almost done. I want to go into the multi-chrome on maybe like the lower lash line. The shade's beautiful. It's very soft. They're all flattering. Just to have like a little something something down here. You know, I think I want it on the top now. Yeah, the other shade's pretty, but I think I want the multi-chrome. Just a little bit. It's too pretty. I'm feeling fall vibes. I kind of want to decorate for fall today. And tomorrow we're going to see Beetlejuice, so I just want my house to be decorated for fall, and this shade is the essence of fall for me. Lower lash line, I don't know, I'm just going to mix some of the browns together. So yeah, some of them are like, these two are similar, those two are pretty much identical. Like, I feel like these two are similar. Like, I feel like there's almost 2 of every shade, so yes, there's a little bit of differences once you blend it out, but yeah, they are a little redundant if you ask me. Actually cheating. I'm going to go into my neutrals palette from Cosmic Brushes because I want this iridescent shade on my inner corner. It honestly makes all the difference. If you would like more of a variety within your palette, honestly, I recommend this one because you get that multi-chrome right here that's in the Natasha Denona palette. You get an iridescent, you get a black, you get purples, you get some olive shades, you get golds, some pinky tones like mauve. Like, honestly, if you're wanting the Natasha Denona palette with a twist, like something a little bit more spicy and fun, maybe check this one out if you would like, if it's available. I probably shouldn't recommend it before looking. Anyways, I like to use this as a liner. It's just so handy. So I did want to note that if the Natasha Denona palette is a little too boring for you, but you like it, but you want more, I think you would like this one. I also have not brushed my hair, so just ignore that. I rolled out of bed to do this look, and I don't even have blush on, so let's play with a blush. Picked up all of these from Singe Beauty. The packaging is epic. Whatever it looks like right here, like this is the yellow blush, this is the pink one, this is, you know, like, I love the packaging. So let's just mix a few. Let's do the yellow and the pink, and then if I get a little feisty, then maybe I'll use one of these, who knows. First, I'm going to do the pink one, which is the shade Riveting Rhubarb, and it's really, I've already used all of these, and it's really pretty. It's honestly like a soft sheen. It's nothing like the Rare Beauty shimmer blushes. It's not like a blush ladder. It's just a little bit of something without like emphasizing your texture. So this is a blush formula that it's just not one noted. It's not matte and boring. It does have a little bit of luminosity to it without being shimmery, if that makes sense. It's very high quality formulation. And now I'm going to go into the yellow one, which is Persistent Persimmon, and just kind of warm it up some. Why not go into Risky Raisin? Actually, I don't think I've used this one yet. I was nervous it was going to make me look a little bruised. I just wanted to add a little bit over here and kind of blend it in with the bronzer, the blush, and see if, okay, I can make that work. It's not too, like, I would keep it there. I wouldn't go any more, but honestly, it's really pretty. So let me kind of show you how deep it is. I also want to pop up all the swatches now so you can see them. It's honestly, they're pretty. I love that soft sheen that they have. Oh, and they all look really nice blended with one another. Like, why not go into Timid Tomato? Why not? Like, we've already done all of the other three. This is where it's going to take a turn. It's going to be blush. Blush, blush, blush. Okay. This one I was nervous about, and I'm just going to kind of mix it in with everything else so you can see them all over my fair skin. That, yes, even though if you build them up, it would be too deep, but you can make it work if you have a lighter skin complexion. Here is the finished look. I love it. I promise I'll brush my hair before I leave. Maybe, hopefully. I just haven't had time yet. And then here we have it in the mirror. You can kind of see the shift. I promise it's a good one and very flattering. So let's go ahead and turn down the brightness. It's not going to be like a ton of sparkly shades. I didn't use like the most intense sparkly ones in the palette, but they're still beautiful sparkly. Now keep in mind the inner corner, that is from Cosmic Brushes. Let me show you in the light. Alright, now you can see the shift. I don't know if you could see it better or worse now or earlier, but I just wanted to show you under low light. Anyways, guys, I don't know what palette I'm going to use next. Probably, you know what, I might use Strange and Unusual tomorrow, which is in just a second, because I'm going to see Beetlejuice, so that's what we're probably going to do. So today I'm going to see the new Beetlejuice, and I thought we would do a throwback, so I'm going to create a look using the Bella Beaute Bar Strange and Unusual palette. So if you have yours, maybe get it out and let's create a look together. I'm actually right in the middle of doing my blush, and I'm going to use the NYX Cosmetics. They did a collab with Beetlejuice. I'm going to use this blush palette. It is like hella thin. It's so thin. It's a little cheap feeling, but honestly, it's still at the same time a little satisfying. Like, the packaging feels really nice. So I wanted to just get on here and do my blush with y'all. I am loving this palette. NYX has such a beautiful blush formula. I love the colors in here. I just mix them all together. It's so pretty. And I'm also going to use the new Duality palette from Adept Cosmetics and try out some more shades. So I don't know what we're going to do. I just want to definitely use the purple for sure, almost like a highlighter, and then we'll just go from there. I'm just putting the shade Sometimes Violet on. It is truly stunning. I'm not someone who, do I even own a purple blush? I don't, I honestly don't think so. I've been wanting to buy one, but this is a beautiful blush ladder. I've been really scared to try a purple blush, but oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I've already tried these two shades. I'm not feeling pink, but I'm gonna do just a touch because like I need to, and like a touch. Let's just mix them all over my face and get blushing. I have been loving this palette from Adept. It's truly incredible, and I'm just gonna like put it everywhere. I love me a blush palette because you can just mix it and create your own shades and just have fun with it. Okay, so now let's move on to the palette. Y'all know me, I'm just going into the brown first, and I keep in mind the original palette and the new palette there's a red, but mine came broke. I try to always remember to say that, and I replaced my red with a brown. So if you're like, what are you doing? Mine doesn't have that shade. It's because I replaced it with the cream to powder formula from Natasha Denona. I just like literally squished it in here. You could do the same thing with like ColourPop Super Shocks, things like that. I'm going into the green because hello, need I say more? I cannot believe that they have revamped this formula because I still love this palette. So let me know, do you own this palette? And two, did you buy the new one, or were you lucky enough to buy it? Or are you like me and rocking the OG because it's still amazing? I'm gonna do Recently Deceased and just kind of like blend out the edges with this. It's such a fun pastel-y shade. It's nothing intense at all, but I always enjoy using this to blend out what we have going on. I haven't used the purple in a bit, so I'm going to use this shade and just put it on the lower lash line. I love putting a ton of mattes down here because it hides the crinkles and all the wrinkles, so I love me a blown out lower lash line. I'm not the biggest fan of the black with the green sparkles in there, but I'm going to use it anyways because I feel like we need to deepen it out. Like, you have to use the black. There's nothing wrong with this quality. I'm not someone who, I like a matte or a shimmer. I even like a satin, but I don't like a matte with sparkles in there. But I mean you can still get the job done because they blend away, but just being honest with you, I'm not a fan of mattes if they have sparkles in there, but it still looks pretty. Now I'm just kind of like meshing the lower lash line a little bit with the black to help it blend out. I love that. Ooh, I haven't done a look like this in quite a while. I'm going back in with Recently Deceased, and because I want to add some more of that green right in the middle as well, like the inner third. And also I love this shade to kind of blend out everything else as well. I don't know what shimmer I want to do. I was thinking Afterlife and the green, but like the orange is fun. Okay, I think I'm going to mix Afterlife and Lost Souls. I think that's what I'm going to do. I definitely recommend a glitter primer if you use their shimmers, or at least spray them, because they are a little messy, especially if you have the original palette, but we're just going to make it work because I don't have anything. I'll probably try to use something though. Okay, I don't have anything. We're just going to go in and see if we can make it work. Oh, that is so pretty. Wow. I would be using my fingers right now because I love applying shimmers with my hands, but like I can't with my nails. Like, it would be a disaster, a literal disaster. So I'm having to use a brush. Now I'm going in with Afterlife. The shimmer is so freaking pretty. Okay, so now I think I'm going to use Sandworm on the inner corner, the iridescent. It's one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. And let's just brighten it up even more. I'm really liking the look so far. I think I'm going to attempt to do some lashes, finish it up, and then I'll show you the finished look. Okay, so that escalated quickly, as it always does. I'm going to top on the Unearthly Cosmetics lip gloss in Moss. It's a beautiful green, and I think it would add a nice touch to what we already have going on. So pretty much, guys, this is the finished look. I have my lash, it's like doing something weird on the inner corner, so just ignore that. I'll have to like fix it. I always have a lash right here that just like droops down. Anyways, I hope you like it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down the brightness in just a second, but y'all have to see the shift. Bella Beaute bar is next level. Okay, so this is what it looks like under low light. I love how it turned out, and I want to zoom you in super close so you can see the shift. It is so shifty in person. It is so freaking pretty. I guess I'm gonna end this look and we can move on to whatever I do next. So today I'm gonna play with the new Too Faced Appily In Love palette. Guys, I cannot believe I bought this palette. I was going back and forth. I waited forever because I wanted to pick it up in store, and I finally just gave up and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna order online. I'm gonna go into Sweet on You, like the lightest shade in the palette, and just kind of like freshen up and brighten over here because my makeup has been on for, I mean, I don't know, what time is it? Let's see. It has been on, okay, well, probably about 6-7 hours, so I guess this day is just flying by. My son, I just picked him up from preschool and the kiddos are taking their nap. Preschool is a really hard adjustment for me. Like, this is the first time I've ever had to drop him off by himself, like, and not family with him, so it has been a little stressful, but he's doing great. So that's just my life right now, and while they're sleeping, I thought let's just hang out and create a look. I want to go into the yellow in the palette. This is actually only my third time using the palette. There has been so many palette launches that I actually have not had the time to play with what I already have, and now I'm finding the time and honestly making the time, because there for a while, like I said, like I just would come into my beauty space, see so many palettes that I don't reach for anymore, and I was like, I'm just like, I don't even want to put makeup on. So once I did my declutter, it kind of like lit a fire into me to play with what I already have. Even though this is newer, it's hard to make the time to use like the palettes that you already have because you're constantly pressured to use all the new. But I'm finally at a point where I can appreciate the new, but honestly still go back to some of the older palettes in my collection. I actually had to kind of make myself reach for this one because I have the recently de-influenced palette from Beaute bar that just got delivered. I have some other palettes that just got delivered, but I was like, no, I want to sit down and play with the fall palette. And honestly, I didn't even include this in my fall top 10 fall palettes because it's a little green. It's giving Christmas to me. And fall, of course, but it honestly screams Christmas in my opinion. I want to, I don't know, do I want to go brownie or, no, I don't want to be boring, but I am going to mix the like darker shade with the brown. It's honestly like a cranberry. This palette, if you like reds and pinks, I would say you would enjoy it, because you do have lots of pinky, red, purpley shades. The mattes, you have to build them up quite a bit. The shimmers are just fine. They're more of like a topper formulation, but I do prefer this formula over the Italian Spritz palette. That one was really nice as well, but with time, the shimmers they were pretty thick and they would enhance the texture on my lid. So like the more I would dig into them and layer them on, then I would notice like that, I don't know, it just would look a little wrinkly and not cute. But this shimmer formula, in my opinion, it's a step up. It's not as thick. Alright, for the shimmer, I think I used the gold last time. I don't know. I think I'm gonna mix the gold and the green, I guess. And my shimmers are getting hard pan. See, like, this is with the brush. Like, I'm digging into it. Let me just show you. This palette was really hyped up, and like where the shimmer is not present, so I'm digging into it. So keep that in mind. If you don't like shimmers that get hard pan, these definitely do. I'm gonna go into Slice Baby, this green, and put that right here. These shimmers are nothing to get excited over. They are a thin topper formulation. I'm gonna put a little bit of Pick Me, the green. These aren't my favorite shades, like tones of green. But I'm going to put this one on the lower lash line and just kind of like mix it with what we already have going on. So I'm kind of hesitant to recommend this to everyone just because it's fun. I feel like today when it comes to eyeshadows, like there's so many amazing formulas that this is just, it's fun. It's good. It's just nothing like, oh wow, you have to have it. I don't even think I would recommend this if you just shop mainstream. I would just refer you to like a Natasha Denona palette over this one. unless it's in store and you can go swatch it for yourself, because everyone would be swatching it, so you would be able to see how, you know, it does over time with several fingers in it swatching, because then it would get hard pan. And so I don't think I recommend it, but I do love it in the sense that it's nostalgic, it smells good. I think it's a pretty color story, but I'm just not gonna sit here and recommend this palette because it's so expensive and it's just like meh. Let's see. Let's go into... I have not gone into this shade yet. This looks like the popular NARS blush. It's honestly a satin. I would not say that this is a shimmer. It's just like a pretty satin. Okay. It's cute. I don't know. I'll go into Orchid real quick. I don't know. It's okay. I don't know. I'm not even kidding. I've used almost every shimmer. I'm going into the pink now. Let's see what you look like. They're just all looking the same. Alright, I'm gonna go into the red. Like, let's do the red. Make a statement. There we go. That's pretty. Okay, so I just used the two browns as the liner. This is the finished look. There's honestly no need to turn down the brightness because you're not gonna be able to see much sparkle. Well, I like it, but I don't recommend it to you. Unless you're like a Too Faced collector, then obviously you probably already have it. But no, yeah, I think you can definitely skip on this one. It's just okay. It's pretty, but you're not going to get the sparkle effect. The shimmers, for me, that's where I'm like, they are more of a topper, which I do like toppers, but I don't like the fact that these are getting hard pan. So with that being said, I'm probably going to add my own shimmers in and keep a few, but it's still a beautiful fall palette. It smells lovely, but it's just okay. So yeah, those are my thoughts. That's why I've waited a little while. I didn't want to do a dedicated video to this palette. I wanted to see how I enjoyed it in my collection over a month, and I've only reached for it 3 times, this being the 3rd time, and each time I was like, it's okay. So I hope that helps. It is finally time to try out the new Glaminatrix Cosmetics Nocturnal palette revamped. I am an affiliate with Glaminatrix, but I did purchase this one myself because the OG is such a beloved one, and I want to show you some comparison swatches and also just some close-ups of the new Beauty. I knew without a doubt I had to buy the new revamped version just because of it's so cute and tiny, but also they reformulated it and I had to have it because Nocturnal is just one of the prettiest, grungiest, beautiful color stories that I reach for weekly. So I definitely wanted to try with the newer formulation. I'm just telling you about swatches, guys. Holy moly, is it lovely. The original is iconic, but the way that they were able to get the exact shades but just in a better formula blows my mind. They did such a great job of creating like the same color story but just like a step up version. So as far as like these shimmers, they're not wet, they're not oily, they're not mushy gushy, any of that. They are more of like a softer, beautiful formula that doesn't have like lots of fallout. It's not flaky. It's very similar to the original as far as like the texture. It's just a little bit more softer, but not in a wet way, just in like a soft, luxurious way. And it's not as thin on the lids, like you don't have to build it up. Well, I haven't used it yet, but it's just like on my swatches I noticed that it's not as thin as the original and it's more impactful, so you don't have to keep layering and layering to get it to where like you can't see your skin. You can just see the beautiful formula like one swap. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and start a look. I have a little bit of shadow already on my eyes, just ignore that, but I had time to film another video because my kids are still asleep, so I gotta actually get ready because my daughter, she's doing volleyball evaluations. I'm gonna go into this shade and I've got to get something on my face because I've got to get ready because she's gonna be home soon. And oh my gosh, that's so pigmented. Oh, I love their formula so much. I cannot wait to get the new shimmers on my eyes. I'm not mad at a smaller palette. Honestly, it's very satisfying and it's cute. The big one's really cute and all, but there's just something about the minis that it's all I need and I love it. Now I'm going into Fog, which is probably like one of the first yellow grungy mustard shades that I just fell in love with. Oh my gosh, I love the undertones of this palette. It's stunning. lower lash line, I'm going to take the same two and just mix it on whatever I have that would not come off earlier. Guys, just these tones, I'm telling you. And if you want it to be very subtle, just stop here, throw on whatever shimmer you want to get more of like a subtle look, or you could just go into the blues, the purples, and make it really bold. I'm trying to not go too bold. Like, I don't care if my makeup stands out, but I'm not going to do blues, I don't think. I have to go into this shade. It is so beautiful. That's the first shimmer that I swatch. I try to like start from back to forward on my arm. That way in the picture you see like the front to back. I know. It's just something I've learned to do. Anyways, this was the first one and I felt it and I was like, it is so freaking pretty. I'm definitely going to live swatch this because I was not able to do a dedicated video on it. But oh my gosh, they're just so soft. And like I said, I don't mean that in a wet way. I just mean it like the formula is genuinely just soft and luxurious feeling. Inner corner, I'm going into Milky Way. This one looks so intense. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm going to put that on the inner corner, do some liner, and then I'll be back to show you the finished look and also do some swatches. It's such an easy, like, even though it's colorful, guys, it's so easy. I love, so good. Okay, guys, this is a finished look. I am freaking obsessed with this new palette. It's like, do I retire the original or what? I don't know. It is absolutely incredible. Incredible. So, sorry, it took me a little while to review the palette, but it's epic. It's beautiful. I don't know what else to say. I love it and I can't wait to continue to use this beauty. So this is a finished look. I love it. And the thing is, it took like no time to do. I'm going to go ahead, turn down the brightness and swatch it. Let's go ahead and swatch it. Oh my goodness. It feels so satisfying. I love their formula. Okay, let's dip in. It is so soft, guys. It is so soft. I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't. I just knew it was going to be great. This is Milky Way right here. That's one dip. It's so pretty. Okay, now let's go into Night Vision. This green is one of my favorite greens in my entire collection, which I haven't used this one on my lid, but like in the original palette, sorry, it's kind of a little confusing, but in the original palette, it's just my favorite. I'm going to go into one more dip. And there you have it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm sorry, I'm really annoying, guys. I'm just really excited for this palette. I've been waiting for it for quite some time. And this is the purple, which is Dusk. Wow. They're so shifty. They're so shifty. Now, let me do Luna, which is a beautiful blue that shifts to a purple. I'm barely dipping in. I'm going to go one more time because it's such a soft shimmer that I don't want to, like, mess it up. Okay, that's 2 dips. Stop it. Oh my god. Alright, the last one is the one that I used, Constellation, which is the one that I used today, which is just one of my favorite spicy neutrals. It's like a goldy, bronzy green. Goodness, it's just perfect. It is absolutely perfection, and the tones of the mattes just get me going. What a beautiful color story. Good Lord Almighty. Okay, anyways, guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. I think this is the 4th palette. Anyways, I'm going to try to get this edited and up as soon as possible. Please let me know down below, do you like this style of video from me? Honestly, it was really nice just to play with whatever palettes I wanted with no pressure. So I'm here for this. So if you're here for it, then I'll continue to do it. But this is an excellent way to just play with palettes in my collection and hang out with you and just show you some beautiful shimmers. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. Let me know what palettes you are loving. I have my eye on the new Cosmic Brushes palette, the green one. That will be launching, I think, Friday the 13th. Ooh, and I'm definitely going to be getting it. So y'all can get it too, but just save me one. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.